Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Rita, this is my channel 10 Red Lipsticks, and this is my update for Deck of Panning. So Deck of Panning is Project Pan created by Emily and Max and inspired by Books with Maddie, a To Be Read project that she had. So Emily adapted it and it involves a deck of cards, a very fun game board where you pull your prompts from, and different people do it in different ways. I'm doing a combination of trying to finish things in this project and, you know, usage goals, trying to get around my collection. I have pared down the number of projects I'm doing, so that has opened up space in this project for me to have a few to finish goals. And so far we've had some success. So we have 5 products to update on, and we are going to be able to pull a few new cards, so it should be an exciting update. I do have my normal tripod that I use broke, or I broke it rather, so I'm using a tripod that's meant for like on the floor, but I've got it set up as short as possible on my desk, so hopefully it works okay. I actually think height wise it works better than what I was using before, but it's not as stable as I would like it to be. So anywho, let's get into it. So first product to update on is the Jack of Clubs, and this was mainstream. So I picked Catrice, which is extremely mainstream in Europe, like all over Europe you can find Catrice. And I picked this beautiful, one of my very favorites, Powerful 5 Lip Care, blah de blah, 100 million words like they always have, tinted lip balm. Sorry, my nails are in absolute state. I'm gonna redo them after this video. In 040 Addicting Cassis. I am wearing it today. Sorry if you can hear that background noise, but gotta do what we gotta do. There's a bit of construction going on. I'm wearing it today, but with great difficulty because I've reached my goal and we are flat with the packaging, so I had to like dig it out. Can you see that it's all janky looking there? Because I kind of dug it out with my nail and put it on with my finger. So this is what it looks like. I adore this product. I'm devastated that they've discontinued it. Obligatory pop. They have a new one in clear packaging that they say is like the updated version of this, but it doesn't smell as nice, and I think doesn't feel as nice. Obviously some of these ingredients or whatever weren't available or weren't meeting their, you know, cruelty free or whatever standards anymore, so I don't know. Anyway, devastated to lose this. Very happy to complete it though before it went bad. So yeah, I think I had this in like Partners in Cream like 2 or 3 years ago, so just to finally finish it is really nice, and I'm very very happy with that. So I will be sad to lose it. I think it's a beautiful product and it worked really well because it's, you know, I have a lot on now to make it this pigmented. You could do like a much more subtle, just light swipe. Yeah, so I thought it was a very versatile product. Love it. Will miss it, but very happy to have achieved a finish goal. Very happy with that. Next up for the Jack of Spades, so also mainstream, I picked another Catrice product. I picked this mineral eyeshadow palette Clean ID in 010 Light. So we've got a missing pan here. That's not me, that fellow. It's this shade. You can't even see the dip. This is so annoying. So I went away for 10 days. We went to visit my mother-in-law in England. I did not bring this product with me. I had 2 other palettes with me, and it was just, I was like, that's too much to bring on like a trip where hypothetically I would never wear makeup because it's just the nature of the type of trip. It's like casual hanging out with family. So you can kind of see the dip going here. So last update we had 9 uses and now we have a further 7 uses. It would have been more if I'd brought it with me on the trip, but I didn't. So yeah, you can see a bit of a dip there. This is going to be a while. It always takes me a long, my goal is to hit pan. It always takes me a long time to hit pan on mattes, so I'm not surprised. I feel like maybe with my eyeshadow panning goals at the start of the year, I should pick like a warm toned crease shade, a cool toned crease shade, a deepening up neutral shade that would work for both of mattes, and for the whole year be trying to hit pan on those individual shades. Like I can use whatever else I want other times, but like in terms of panning goals, and then in other projects only have shimmers, because I'm just very slow with the panning of matte eyeshadows. So yeah, I'd say this is going to be in for very much the long haul. I think I will hit this pan this year. I would love to hit it before the summer, as in like properly warm summer. It would work great in the winter, this shade, but the reality is I do like to wear more warm tones in the summer, so it would be lovely to, you know, in the next 3 months hit this pan, so before it gets properly hot. It's actually a lovely day today. It's gotten to like sometimes the days are lovely and then the nights are very cold. So, and sometimes the days are very cold as well, which makes sense. It's only March, absolutely makes sense. But we're being like tricked. It's like, ooh, could be warm, could be warm. It looks like it could be warm, but then you go outside and you're like, it's not that. It's only warm if you're directly in the sun. So yeah, I would love to hit this pan, get this out of the project in like the next 3 months, because I think it'll be very slow progress over the actual height of the summer. But yeah, taken away. And considering I didn't bring it away with me, I'm very happy that I got nearly as many uses as I did last month. I'm very happy with that. And I have combined it with both my warm tone shimmer that I'm trying to hit pan on from Project Level Up and my cooler toned or more neutral shimmer. So I've only done that once with the warm tone shimmer, but I like the look. It worked out well, and I was very focused on it once I got back from my trip. I was like, oh shoot, that update is coming up soon. I need to get a few more uses on this. So I'm very happy with this project, keeping me on track with that goal of trying to hit that pan. So yeah, that's one achieved, one not achieved so far. Another one I have not made, and I knew I wasn't going to make it this month, but I was hoping for a bit more progress than this, is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush. So I used it 16 times this month and 16 times last month. So that brings us up to 32 uses, and my goal is 50 uses. So I 100% now want to use it 18 times in the next month and get this out of the project. I don't think there's any difference. Maybe the very slightest in the world. I am wearing it today. I love this blush. It's extremely neutral. I did bring it on with me on my trip, but I didn't use it every day. I wore makeup on my trip, and I'm kind of annoyed at myself for that. And I had a liquid blush, which I got for my St. Patrick's Day Get Ready With Me video. And my intention was, if I was wearing that liquid blush, to then top it with this powder blush, but then I just forgot to do that, like, I think 3 days. So I'm a little annoyed. I kind of wanted to hit like 20 uses or something on this and like really punch forward a bit, but sure. We're ticking along, and I think 18 uses next month, very achievable, and I just need to just have it out in front of me on my desk and make sure that it's always getting prioritized. Now, in fairness, like 16 uses isn't bad at all. I wanted to tip it up a little bit, and the fact that I did pack it when it is this bulky and didn't use it more is frustrating to me. Next up we have, sorry, my list here now has products that we finished last month. So next up, for the Ace of Clubs, because I was reading the wrong year's prompts, I think is this one. We have Focus, and I want to finish a few foundations this year, so I picked the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation in the shade Fair 03C. I'm wearing it today. It is an excellent shade match for me, and I love this formula. I have oily skin. This obviously is hydrating, but it's not too hydrating. I don't think I'd be able to wear this in the height of the summer, but this time of year, this works really well for me. I have definitely seen people with dry skin say that this works for them in the summer and it doesn't work for them in the winter. So for me, that's like exactly where it falls, of it's hydrating, but it's not too hydrating. So yeah, I really, really like this. And if Colourpop did a Buffy the Vampire Slayer collab, I would buy every piece of it, no matter what, and I would get a replacement for this 100%. This is a great foundation if they still did it. when you order as infrequently as me, because the shipping and the taxes are crazy for Colourpop getting it to Europe. So when you order as infrequently as me, they will have discontinued even what was a stable product for many years by the time you order again. So I hope they don't discontinue this. This is a really good foundation. I really like it. We have this new, so this was our line last month, and this, I think last month, and this is our line now. So I've used a lot of it, and how I did that is A, I really love it, so I've been using it most days, and B, I brought it with me on my holiday. I didn't want to bring this big thing, though this is plastic, not glass, so it is transportable, and the cap obviously means it's not going to leak. So I think this is pretty good for travel, like if you're going on a really long trip and a full bottle of foundation wasn't an outrageous amount to bring. I think it would be one I would actually gravitate towards because of the packaging. But I didn't want to bring that for a 10-day trip. So I depotted a whole bunch, like loads, into this little MAC sample pot that I have from years ago. It's real dirty now. I need to clean it. And that worked so great. Like, I came home and still had a little bit left in this. So once I got back, I finished this, was my top priority. So I didn't have like product expiring in here. And now I'm back to the bottle. Like, I had to use the bottle today. So we used all of that, and that just worked out so well for me. And that's definitely going to be a tactic that I use in the future, of if I am traveling, that I or like moving house or whatever, and I can't access all my makeup, that I will depot whatever foundation I'm trying to pan into this, and therefore be able to keep making progress even if I don't have the wherewithal to have this with me. So yeah, very happy with this. I don't think I'll finish it next month. I was like very focused on it this month because I depotted some. I was like, I have to finish what I have depotted. So I don't, even though it looks like I could finish it in the next month, I'm not sure if I will. And I was very focused on it. So I think I will allow myself to play a bit more with some other foundations, but I definitely want to get like quite far down, like maybe down to here. And then that last bit probably I will have to depot it, because it'll be too low for the pump to reach it. So usually getting the dregs out of the end of a bottle of foundation does take me quite a while, because once it's difficult to pump out, it's a bit of a faff to use it. So if I'm in a rush, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a bottle that is easy to use. So sometimes my progress does slow at the end of a bottle of foundation. But yeah, really happy with that. Not impossible that I'll finish it next month, but I'm not going to put pressure on myself to do that. Also, there's a plane. Also, as it does get sunnier, I do like to use my Misha BB cream if I'm going to be outside. Obviously, like, I have sunblock on my face, and then to reinforce the sunblock with the Misha BB cream, because it has a high SPF, whereas this doesn't have any SPF in it at all. So that is something I like to do on sunnier days. So the sunnier it gets, the more I will gravitate towards the Misha. So very long-winded to say we're doing really well, but we're not there yet. And then finally, 8 of Clubs controversial brand. I picked Natasha Denona. I am no longer purchasing from Natasha Denona in solidarity with Palestine. Natasha Denona's main office, it seems, is in Tel Aviv, which she's not even honest about. Like, her website says they're based in New York. I'm sure they have an office in New York, but it looks like their main office is in Tel Aviv. A, be honest about that. B, please, if you're in any position to do so, speak out in solidarity with literal children who are being carpet bombed, like when there's meant to be a ceasefire. It is disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And to think that there are people in Palestine now trying to observe Ramadan, and you have bombs going off when they're told there's going to be a ceasefire. Like, there was a doctor on being interviewed. I just saw a clip, and he was saying, like, this is as bad now as it was at the start of the onslaught of Palestine by the Israeli army. So yeah, I think it is completely outrageous that the only words we've heard from the Natasha Denona brand on the genocide are in solidarity with the state of Israel. I have loads of solidarity for Israeli people who have been kidnapped, who died in the initial attack, but I have no solidarity for the Israeli state. and the genocide that it is currently committing. We need to de-escalate and support everyone's human rights. Like, it is sickening to me, like the language that the Israeli state uses, and obviously the weapons that they're using against people, including innocent children. You know, you have people, you have women giving birth while there's bombing going on. Like, it's disgraceful what is happening. So I will not be purchasing from a brand that's based in Israel who won't say anything against what's going on. So I do have a lot of Natasha Denona in my collection, and I'm going to continue to use it, but I'm not going to be tagging the brand, and I'm not going to be buying any more from her. I think I would buy it like secondhand. I was kind of thinking about that. It's like, if I decided to resell mine, I think that would be okay. I don't think that would be breaking the boycott. So anyway, Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette. This is the palette I wore on my wedding day. This is a product I really love. I did wear the eyeshadow one day. I haven't worn the blush actually, but that's just, I was really focused on the Physicians Formula blush. And then, but my actual goal was to use the highlighter 10 times, which I've done. I'm wearing it today. I will say this highlighter is quite intense, so I found it hard to wear it like on an everyday going to work subtle makeup basis. And like, I like to, you know, my eyeshadow is generally my focus, so I don't want like really intense highlighter and eyeshadow and a good lipstick, and like it's too much. So I kind of found I had to like dip into the highlighter and then like kind of shake my brush off a bit and then go for it, because otherwise it was like whew. So this is a gorgeous highlighter, but it's quite intense, and it's just a little more intense than my preference. Like, I brought this for my wedding makeup, but I specifically did not want to use that highlighter. I brought the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter in French Vanilla, which is really, really subtle, because that's much more my style for my makeup artist to use on my wedding day. So anyway, long rant aside, that goal is hit. So we've done this, so we have 2 new cards to pick, and I got my deck of cards here. I've pulled up the correct year, the 2025 game board. We've got 2 jokers, so I'm going to take one out and we're going to shuffle these. These are my cat cards from Designing. I bought a notebook in TK Maxx, and like, I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is really pretty, I really want it. And I've just gone for a promotion in work, and I found out I passed my interview, but I don't know what the job is yet. But one of the biggest possibilities is a job that has quite a bit of training. So I was looking at this notebook and I was like, oh, that would be like, I think it's beautiful, and I think it would work really well if I got that job with the training, because I could be taking all my notes and you know, making sure I'm absorbing all the information I'm getting. And then I was like, oh, but you've so many notebooks, you don't need a new notebook. And then I turned it over and I saw that it was Designworks Inc. Like, and I recognized the logo straight away from my cards. And I was like, okay, it's not like, you know, a brand Moleskine or something that I see like all the time. I was like, okay, that's a brand that I shockingly have a thing I already love from, which are these cards. And I was like, I'm going to buy this notebook. So I have that notebook, and I haven't used it yet because I am going to see if I get a job that has a lot of training involved, then I will use it for that purpose. And if not, I might make it a panning notebook, because it's really beautiful. It's like pink cardboard on the front and has like a little pen loop on the side, and I like it. So we've done our shuffling. I do it generally off camera because the paper is like really thick. The card is really thick and it's quite hard to shuffle these. So we need 2 cards. So I'm going to first pull the 10 of spades and then reshuffle. Geez, I'm very chatty in this video. I haven't learned my lesson. My St. Patrick's Day Get Ready With Me is like very, very long. I'd say you could watch it on double speed though, but it's very long. I need to cut out the chit chat. And the 8 of clubs. Okay. So the 10 of spades is Wish You Returned. Interesting. And the 8 of clubs is metallic. Okay. Excellent. Okay, wish you returned. Let me think now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all about that. Let me pause and have a think about this. Okay, I have come up with my two. So for Wish You Returned, I am picking the Sally Hansen Insta Dry nail colour in Santa's Sleigh. So it's this gorgeous red with this like silver throughout it. I'll do a little bit here for you. My Queer on my nails doesn't have so much green. So it's like a really bright red. So for two reasons, I wish I could return it. We can't really return cosmetics in Ireland. That's not a thing. During COVID, because they didn't have like testers in shops, and like shops aren't allowed to sell non-essentials, so like you'd go into Tesco and they'd have like the aisle with the toys and the aisle with the makeup and whatever closed off, which was really unfair to like kids who had their birthdays and stuff like that, you know, during COVID. Obviously people could order online, but so we can't really return stuff. I think I got this in TK Maxx and I regret it because I have now invested, you wouldn't know it from the state of my nails, but this has been on for like over 2 weeks. It's got to go. In the Manicurist, and by I invested, I mean I asked for my birthday, Manicurist system. So it's a gel, but it's meant to last 10 days. It's like really lasted on my left hand, but my right hand it's in bits because it's been over 2 weeks. I really love the idea. I love the system. I found it relatively easy to do, and I therefore wish I did not own as many normal nail polishes as I own. I have liked quite a few of the Sally Hansen ones. I'll show you the brush. It's this like kind of flat paddle, which I find pretty good. Specifically with this colour, my regret is that it is so Christmassy. Like the silver, I think really makes this a red that is for Christmas, as opposed to, I would often like, and I will still continue to use regular nail polish on my toes because it lasts so long on your toes anyway. I'm like, it's not worth going to the extra steps of the base coat and curing it, and then the colour and curing it, and then the top coat and curing it that the manicurist requires on my toes, because my toes just last anyway. I love a red on my toes in the summer, and I remember once I was at a meeting and there were like probably 8 of us at the meeting, half men, half women. All the women were wearing sandals, and all of the women, all 4 of us, had our toes painted red. This is probably like 7 years ago or something, and I was like, okay, there's definitely a thing about red on your toenails in the summer and it feels fun. But because of the silver glitter, I feel that this doesn't 100% work for that. So my goal for this is going to be to use it 5 times, and I think I'll use it all 5 times on my toenails rather than my fingernails, because I will be using the manicurist generally. I might do it once on my fingernails, we'll see. Colour wise, I made a mistake. I was drawn in by the theme, Santa's Sleigh. I do think it's beautiful, but it's so December and not really any other time of the year. Like red is obviously a very warm tone colour, and then adding in the cool tone glitter I think just makes it very, very Christmassy and not anything else. So that is something I regret, and I wish I hadn't purchased it. I don't wish I'd returned it because they wouldn't have accepted it. But what is wrong with me? So rambly. Oh, the lighting is totally changed. The cloud has come out. Next up, metallic for the 8 of clubs. So I obviously was thinking about all of my beautiful metallic eyeshadows. I was thinking the Nabla Platinum palette. I was thinking the Flower Beauty Garden Jungle Lights palette. I was thinking some of my singles, but I have a lot of eyeshadow going on in this project. I have one shade and then I have 3 shades I'm trying to hit pan on in Project Level Up. So I decided, you know what, we've just rolled a highlighter out, let's roll a new highlighter in. So going for, I think, a very metallic highlighter. This is Becca, it's a mini and it's in Vanilla Quartz. I could do the C-Pop, which would be very like that Natasha Denona one, but I thought something a bit different would be fun. And here it is. So it is metallic, it's a little more subtle, it's like a little bit of pink but not too pink, and I think it's going to work really well for me. And I'm going to set my goal at 15 uses. So to do that in a month will be challenging. It wouldn't be challenging over 2 months, but I'm going to try and do it in a month, try and roll it out, because I'm not going to roll out that nail varnish. I'm not going to paint my toenails 5 times in a month. I'm hoping to finish the goal on the blush, but I would like to keep ticking on and have, you know, achievable usage goals every month, and like may or may not get through the foundation. Definitely won't be hitting pan on that eyeshadow in the next month. So I think an achievable goal of 15 still something to work towards, will work really well. So yeah, those are my 5 products. We've got a blush, an eyeshadow, a highlighter, a nail varnish, and a foundation. So really happy with that and hoping that the progress in this project continues. Thank you so much for watching and bearing with my rambling. I'm kind of tired, I don't know, and I'm getting very distracted by the construction work going on outside. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I have been watching loads of updates while I was doing my makeup. I was watching Ruth's update and a few others, so I am going to continue watching other people's updates. I love update day, it's loads of fun. So yeah, thank you for watching mine, and I will see you in the next one. If I haven't commented on your update video and you think I should come over and check it out, leave me a comment down below and I will come and watch yours next. Thank you, bye.